Every single time I tell a story, I'm wearing a hat. I'm really sorry. It looks like I don't wear anything else. Also, impromptu story. I'm oddly obsessed with haunted houses. So like, future note to my future husband, our honeymoon is just gonna be from going like, Field of Screams, Jason's Wood, like all over the country, just haunted house after haunted house. And it might be because I grew up on like all the Tim Burton films, like things 3-year-olds shouldn't be watching. That's how I grew up, which explains a lot about how odd I am. But it also might stem back to when I was, I'm gonna say 5 or 6, Halloween night. There was a homemade scary haunted house in the neighborhood that I trick-or-treated in. So my sisters got to go off on their own because they're like 6 and 8 years older than me, and I had to stay with my parents, and they went through the house first. I did not want to go through the house because I'm into Tim Burton, but too afraid to go through the scary house with all the strobe lights and people are screaming, and 5-year-old Emily can't handle that. But somehow my sisters convinced me that Sonic the Hedgehog, because that's what I was dressed as, would go through the house because he's strong and fearless, and he's also an animal who's blue. So I somehow was convinced to go through this haunted house with my dad and my mom, and I'm clutching to my father as we get to this casket, and there's a vampire in it, and I know it's gonna jump out, and I'm ready for it, and I'm like gonna cry, and my dad's like, "You can do it, Emily," which if you know my dad, it's funnier. None of you know him, it's cool. I made it through the haunted house, and I have never been more proud of myself. That's a lie. At the time, I had never been more proud of myself because I made it through this homemade haunted house that actually was pretty decently scary. I don't know if I was just young, but I think even my dad said like, that was really good. But they stopped doing it since then. Oh, so sad. And now I'm like, obsessed. When I was 11, my sister brought me to Field of Screams for the first time, and we went on the hayride, and at first I'm a little afraid because I'm 11, but I went through and I made it even though one of the people with the chainsaws touched me, and then I got really mad, and my sister was really mad because I'm pretty sure they're not allowed to touch you, but they touched my face, and I was like, bro, would not touch me. He touched me. Just like my face, it was just like this. I was like, that's weird. But now I go through and I bring my dance students every year. It's like a tradition. Every October we go through Field of Screams, and they're afraid, but I lead the way, and I love it, and I'm like laughing as they jump out at me with their knives. I'm like, oh, this is so great, I love everything. That's my story. Thank you.